Intel and we together have a design win with a global major in the finance sector for supply of AI accelerators. I'm Venu, CEO of Manjeera Digital Systems. We are a Ministry of Commerce recognized startup in the semiconductor domain. We are a fabless semiconductor company. We address the problem of high performance computing, which is a rapidly developing field in the current technology. There is a very huge need for high performance computing processor, and that's the gap we try to fill. I was a professor at University of Hyderabad. I was handling electronics program there. We were running a master's program in IC technology. This is what introduced me to the industry. I've seen a lot of developments in processor technology in industry, and that enthused me to move to industry. Once I moved to industry in 2007, I started looking at various processor technologies, understood the bottlenecks, and even experienced some of them myself. And this is when we thought that we have to fill these bottlenecks. And we also had an idea. So we started this Manjeera Digital Systems in around 2013 to address this problem of solving bottlenecks in the high performance computing. As the technology is rapidly growing, the need for high performance computing started growing exponentially. And there is a big gap between the algorithmic complexity, that means need for ability to do huge amount of computing, and the available computing in the processor architectures. We realized that we can't solve this problem just by making more and more changes to the existing processor circuit architectures. So what we thought is we should come up with a ground up a new idea, a new methodology. And we had an idea of addressing this, and that is what is our IP, Universal Multifunction Accelerator, a patented technology. With this, we are able to provide 100x better performance compared to the best in the market. And this is, actually we built a proof of concept for this, a proto, and then we have shown it to the customers. Now we have very tier 1 customers who are using this technology. So our journey has been conceiving the idea, building a proof of concept, and then acquiring customers. And now we have good customers working with us. Major difference between a software startup and a semiconductor startup is in the business model and unit economics. You have difficulty in explaining, for example, to the investors about how a semiconductor company earns revenues and how it builds technology, how it builds business. This is where we found a major problem. And of course, the customers for such a startup are also relatively fewer in a country like India. The customers are mostly global. The way this problem can be addressed is by providing global exposure to semiconductor startups like us. So as I mentioned, EMA IP is a completely ground up new technology, a new computing approach. So there are two things: new computing methodology. We have a superoperator based computing methodology. We call these superoperators as middle stratum operations, or MSOs, and a pure data path architecture for realizing this methodology. So EMA is a new computing methodology and a pure data path architecture. With this, we are able to provide 100x better performance per milliwatt power consumed per square millimeter area on the die compared to leading processors those are available in the market. we are able to provide industry-leading performance for our customers using this IP. We have two important partners. One, of course, is ISRO. ISRO needs high-performance computing. In fact, even the defense sector needs. But first, ISRO was willing to accept our technology and try that out. Way back in 2015, we provided first solution. They liked the fact that we have delivered what we promised, and the IP is of good quality. Subsequently, our business with ISRO has gone up further. Now we are doing Indian navigation system receivers. India has its own satellite system for navigation like GPS. It's called IRNSS or NAVIC. Now we have an order to build 250,000 NAVIC receivers using our IP EMA technology. Moving forward, we see a lot more business here, and this also should lead us to the other sectors where high-performance computing is needed. The second partner, an equally important partner, is a global partner, Intel. Intel, as you know, is a major global processor company, and they are using our technology to further improve the performance of their processor. Intel and we together are working to build AI accelerators. In fact, even with Intel, the journey started with a small order in 2016, and that has developed into bigger business now. And Intel and we together are offering industry-leading AI accelerators to other customers, and we are actually ecosystem partners of Intel.
If I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
We are working with ISRO and as well as Intel. Because of our relation with ISRO, we have an order from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to build 250,000 NAVIC receivers. We are going to spend next couple of years developing these NAVIC receivers. This is going to be completely indigenously conceived, designed, and built NAVIC receivers addressing the need of Indian navigation system. That's one project which will keep us busy for next couple of years. Of course, we'll explore more customers in the next couple of years, but these are the two orders we have on hand. We have a lot of work to do just for these two orders. We were selected as incubatees in CIE in a very early stage, 2013, and we even got seed fund. From then, we are here, and all the development of the company took place within CIE. Now we are occupying bigger space, and we have more employees. We got benefited a lot, not only because of the initial seed fund and CIE environment, but also because of the several faculty working in this area in IIIT. Though we don't have any formal arrangement with them, we got benefited a lot in numerous interactions we had with them. And both CIE and IIIT together have organized several conferences and several events, and we got benefited by them. CIE helped us a lot in connecting us to investors and customers and so on.